Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are here with our legacy challenge on episode 10, and as you can see, we are here with Mr. Mitchell and his little ones, and they are super precious. We are just going to be jumping in with this episode and seeing how he gets on with his little family. As we know, we are going to have some complete chaos. We have 4 infants and a toddler. We have him now working, or not working, but being a stay-at-home parent, and Haleigh is still at her job. She is not going to be able at this time to really get a promotion because we haven't been able to get her that piano because we don't have enough money to do so. We only have 354 simoleons currently to our name, so we are still going to need to get up some money. As you can see, they are needing some love. He is trying to feed them and take care of them, but he has got to pee, and so he's like, okay, I fed one, I've taken care of one, I've got to go though downstairs, take care of myself, and then I'll have to come back up here and I'll have to take care of some more of the babies because they unfortunately don't necessarily all cry at the same time. They kind of stagger with their needs, and so he tries to take care of them the best he can, but then he has obviously to take care of himself, and he wants to also take care of the things around the house. So you'll see that he runs around, he tries to take care of some of the laundry and things like that and do some of the things around the house. Haleigh's just trying to get a little bit of sleep because she, as we know, works out of the house. And so she obviously needs to get her rest and things like that. So as you can see, she does have work in a little bit of time. And so she's just trying to get up a little bit of her rest because she is going to need to go into her shift. And so he doesn't want to wake her and have her help out with the little ones because he's like, I need to be able to handle this. She's got to work outside of the home. So the least I can do is take care of the little ones and let her get her rest so that she can go in and do a little bit of her actual career. So she needs to be rested for that. So he doesn't want to bother her. He doesn't want to wake her up and say, hey, you know what, my hands are full and I need a little bit of help. And he's like, I'm just going to be super dad. So he's like going upstairs constantly and taking care of them. But then he's like, oh my gosh, the laundry, and he's got to cook, and he's just trying to clean, he's trying to cook, he's trying to take care of everything all at the same time. And, he's doing the best he can. He really is trying. But honestly, I don't know how long this pace is really going to be able to keep up before he is kind of run down. And if she doesn't help, I just don't know if he's going to be able to keep up this kind of stamina. So I am hoping that he does reach out to her for a little bit of help at some point. But as of right now, he is just letting her kind of tend to herself. She's woken up now. She's outside. She's just doing a little bit of gardening. She's feeling super flirty. As we both know, all of us know, we're totally not letting her act on anything like that because the last time they did anything romantic together, we ended up with quads. And I'm not trying to do that again. So, yeah, we're just going to let her be flirty. But he's up here taking care of the little ones. We're doing some diaper changes, and we will make sure they're fed and everyone is taken care of. He is really feeling uncomfortable having to smell these dirty diapers, and he's like, "Whoa, you smell so bad." And of course, as you can see, little Isaiah here is feeling super playful, which we absolutely love. So that's really, really great. Everybody else seems to be doing pretty good. Looks like Julian is currently awake, but the other 2 are asleep. So Tessia is asleep, and it looks like Everett is asleep. So we love that. But Everett, it looks like, does have a little bit of a dirty diaper. Or is that Julian that's dirty? No, I think it might be Julian that's dirty. So we're going to have to get Dad to go and help out Julian there. But, okay, that's fine. Put Isaiah down. He's fine. He's like, no, he needs a bottle. Okay. You maybe know better than me. It's fine. So as you can see, he is doing the best he can here, trying to just take care of them. We are throwing away things and left, right, and center, and we have gotten ourselves up to 1,166 simoleons from our garden and from throwing away dirty diapers and bottles. And so as you can see, having infants and of this many infants and throwing away the trash is a lucrative business indeed. So we do have quite a bit of money here coming in, which is nice. We are going to just have him continue on taking care of the little ones. I'm just going to have him go ahead and wake up little Julian because Julian has a really dirty diaper on. And we definitely need to go ahead and get him changed. So go ahead, change Julian. He's like, oh, you smell. And Julian is just going to kind of cry a little bit about that. But we don't need you to cry about it. We are instantly going to change you because you are disgusting. And yeah, now we're all feeling super happy. He's like, I am such a great dad. I've done such a good job. Yeah, you have. And he really has. He is definitely a parent that really stays on top of things, which I absolutely love. As you can see, Everett is crying because he is upset. He's awake. We hate that. And it looks like Haleigh's come in. She has decided she wants to visit with some of the little babies here, which is great. So she does come in. She does like to spend a little bit of time with them as well, which we love because, as we know, she doesn't get to see them quite as much as Mitchell does because she does work outside of the home. She, though, doesn't necessarily want to spend as much time with them as he does. Does she love them? Absolutely, she loves them. But she's like, I don't necessarily want to be with them full-time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do I want to see them? Yes. Do I want to spend time with them? Absolutely. But I don't want to be there 24/7. I just don't. I need to be able to get out of the house, make a few bucks, have a social life, be an adult, and I don't want my life literally to revolve around these infants. And right now, that is literally Mitchell's life. Like, if you notice, he hasn't even stopped to eat. I haven't seen him even have a minute to himself. Like, he went and used the washroom, but ever since then, the only thing he's done is tend to these babies. He has literally not even had a moment to breathe. And she's like, that is not the life I want for myself. I want to be able to kind of come and go and do what I need to do as a grown person. And do I love them? Of course I love them, but at the same time, my world does not revolve around them. Does that make her a horrible person? No, I don't think so. I think it makes her human. And so she's like, this is just the way it is. So she is going to go ahead and take care of a little bit of her needs. Mitchell's down here trying to get a little bit of a painting in. And he's like, I told her I would do some painting to try to make a little bit of ends meet since I'm not going to be working anymore. So he's trying to hold good and true to his word. When does he ever have time to paint? No one really knows. But he is trying. He really is. And she can appreciate the fact that he is trying. She sees, how hard he's working with the kids. And she also sees that he is really trying to stay true to his word. But at the same time, she doesn't expect him to take on painting and to try to make that a lucrative business. She feels like taking care of the infants is a full-time job in itself. And she realizes that he has his hands full with 4 infants. And, I would say a toddler too, but as we know, Adriel goes to daycare during the day. So he doesn't necessarily have to care for Adriel during the day, but he does have to take care of the infants. And that is a handful. As you can see, our garden is unfortunately really struggling right now. And so we do need to get on our gardening and get that obviously kind of taken care of. It's needing some weeding, it's needing some watering. So after he does his painting, I may see if he wants to go out and get a little bit of gardening done. I am just going to go ahead and do a little bit of decorating in the kitchen here and get a couple of things that we need. So you can see that I am just putting in a little bit of decorations here really quickly, and then we will continue to move on.
Let you know how I feel. moment to stop. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. Feel your hands, the way you're touching me around my neck. Got chills down my back, you do it right. The way you're holding me, no, I don't want this moment to stop. No need to fight it, I cannot hide it. We won't regret it, so come with me, maybe we're meant to be. A perfect melody, and I don't want this moment to stop. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. I can't get enough. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see.
As you can see, Haleigh is just getting a little bit of rest, but once she gets up, I am going to have her go into the kitchen and get a little bit of cooking done so that there is something to eat. But she needs to get a little bit of rest because she does have work coming up soon, and we definitely want her rested up for that because her energy is quite low. I hope that you guys like what I did in the kitchen area. I just wanted us to have a little bit of things decorated in there so that it looked a little bit homey for them, and so I wanted to give it a little bit of a homey touch, and so we got some things in there that they could have for some decorations. So she is just headed into the kitchen now, and we are going to have her go ahead and cook a little bit of food. She's going to make a little bit of things for them to eat because, as we know, Mitchell has still yet to eat anything, and she's starting to feel hungry herself. So she's just getting a little bit of avocado toast cooked up here, and then the family can have something to eat here. I do believe he is out in the garden going ahead and working on that, but she likes cooking. Yes, she can definitely like cooking. We definitely want that for her. So I am going to let her do that, and she's going to just go ahead and finish up this meal here, which is perfect. And we will let her go ahead and grab herself a bite of that. As you can see, we do have Everett upstairs. He's feeling a little bit sad, so someone's going to have to go upstairs at some point and deal with little Everett and find out what's bothering him. So we'll have to get one of the adults to go up and check on him. And Adriel is still currently at daycare. He should be coming home, I would think, pretty soon because it is almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so he will be coming home, I would think, at some point. And Mitchell is just going to come and grab himself a bite to eat. And look, just like that, Adriel is home from daycare as well. So they're just going to have a bite to eat here together. And then we will go ahead and have them continue on. It does look like Mitchell does need to get himself a little bit of a shower. He's feeling a little bit grungy. He hasn't had really any time to himself to really deal with any of his needs. And he's like, how do you feel after getting some rest? And she's like, I'm feeling okay. And he's like, I was really trying hard not to bother you. And she's like, honey, if you need to wake me to get some help, All you have to do is ask. I realize that I have to work outside of the house, but they're our children, not just yours. I don't mind helping. And he's like, I know, but you're always just so tired. And she's like, I am always so tired, but it doesn't mean that I don't need, to help you. And he's like, I know, but I really am worried about you because you're always so tired. I think maybe you might need to get that checked. And she's like, it's fine. I think it's just a side effect of having so many kids. And I'm sure everything's fine with me. And he's like, if it continues though, I think maybe you should go to the doctor, because I really don't think that someone should be as tired as you are. Like, you're constantly tired, even though you get plenty of rest. And it's like you're just constantly exhausted. And she's like, I know. And he's like, I'm just really concerned about your well-being. And she's like, I really appreciate that. And he's like, aren't you going to eat? And she's like, I am. I just, was stuck. All right, so she's gonna go ahead and eat her meal now. For whatever reason, she was having some trouble there, and as you can see, little Adriel has come in here and he's having a little bit of a conversation with her. So they are chatting about his day at school, and she is just asking him how daycare was, and he's like, it was great, Mom. I had such a fun time. We learned about colors at school today, and I found out what baseball is. And she's like, really? And he's like, yeah, did you know what baseball is? And she's like, I do know what baseball is. And he's like, that is so cool, Mom. I want to play baseball when I get big. And she's like, you do? And he's like, yeah, I do. And she's like, okay, well, I have to go upstairs really quick and help your dad. And he's like, okay. So she's going to come upstairs. She's going to help with the children because obviously that needs to take place. And as you can see, her energy is still really, really low. Even though she has gotten some rest, she's had several naps, her energy is still in the red. And she's really, as Mitchell said, like, she's just not retaining her energy like she should. And he's really, really concerned with the fact that she is not, she's not able to retain her rest like she should. And he's thinking to himself, like, maybe there's something seriously wrong with her. Like, is she ill? Has something, like, maybe happened to her? And he's starting to be really, really concerned. I mean, he understands that, it's not easy to be pregnant with 4 babies. It's really not easy for your body to even give birth to 4 babies. But now that she's not pregnant any longer, like, he figured like she should be bouncing back to normal. And she's really not. And so he's concerned with her health, that maybe there might be something, that's really not okay with her. And so he's constantly, paying really close attention to how much rest she gets and how exhausted she really is. And he understands that, yes, she's working all the time. And, yes, they are getting a lot of lack of sleep because of all of the infants crying and these kind of things. But, he's not having this kind of trouble with rest. And he's the one that's predominantly taking care of them. And he's like, something's seriously wrong. Like, he feels like something's seriously wrong with her. And so he's really, really concerned that, maybe she really does need to go see a doctor. And as you can see, she's just loving on little Julian here, giving him a bit of a bottle. She is, as you can see, taking her good, sweet time, loving on him and trying to be the best mom that she can be. She's not, like I said, she doesn't spend as much time with them as Mitchell does, but the time that she does spend with them, she does try to make it good quality time. Mitchell's going to come on down here and he's going to try to get a little bit of the laundry done. He still desperately needs to get himself a shower, and he is starting to feel a little bit tired himself. He hasn't had any rest. He hasn't had a chance to have a nap at all today. And usually I would say to you, like, when your infants sleep, as an adult, you should sleep as well. But he, of course, when they slept, he was like, I'm going to go paint a painting. And then I'm going to go out and garden. And I'm going to do all these things around the house that I had told Haleigh that I was going to do. Because I don't want her to feel like I can't manage this. And the problem with doing that is, at some point he's going to run down. Because he's not recharging his own batteries. And I think that he really needs to recharge his batteries. So we are going to get him to get a little bit of rest. I do need him to do that because he desperately is going to need some rest. and we desperately need him to be able to be rested so that he can continue to take care of the infants, because as we know, Haleigh's going to end up going off to work, and then who's going to be here to take care of them but just him. And so he is going to need to be rested. I'm just going to get little Adriel to come down here and play with his toys a little bit. He has fantastic needs because he's been at daycare all day long, so he doesn't really need anything. Haleigh is back in bed again, trying to get a little bit of rest because her energy was in the red. And our garden is currently in a perfect state, and so nobody really needs to tend to it, so that's great. So I am just going to go ahead and breed our frogs here because we haven't done that in a little bit of time. And then we will go ahead and let Mitchell maybe get a little bit of rest as well, because it seems like our kids are okay. I mean, Everett is feeling a little bit sad, but I think Everett just feels sad to feel sad. I think he just needs a little bit more attention than some of the other toddlers, or infants, I mean. And so he just really just wants people to constantly give him attention. And when they don't, he's in a sad mood. But we can't constantly be in there holding him. It's just not feasible for us to do that. So obviously our parents are going to go ahead and get a little bit of rest. And while they're getting rest, we're going to let little Adriel play with his toys, and then we'll just let our babies do what they need to do. Like, he's sad because he's tired. You just need to go night-night. Like, just go night-night and be fine. And he's like, I need to be in a crib. Well, the adults are, sadly they're sleeping. So you're just going to have to fall asleep where you lie. So, but that's what's wrong with him, is he just needs to go to sleep. And so he's sad. But, there's nothing we can do at this present moment. They are really, really lacking some sleep, and the parents are just trying to obviously go ahead and get some of that. All of the infants seem to be, though, doing pretty good. Mitchell, though, has about half of his energy up, so he is doing a lot better than Haleigh is. So he is going to go ahead and get up and come and start taking care of the infants one by one and seeing what they need from him. And we will start feeding them, changing their diaper, whatever it is that they need, because that's kind of what he does. So he's slowly coming up here. He's feeling in a flirty mood even. He's just like, life is good. He didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but what sleep he did get, he is feeling phenomenal. And he, like I said, loves so much spending time with these babies that he doesn't even care when he doesn't get a whole lot of rest. Like, it doesn't bother him at all. And so he's just like, yeah, things are great and my life is good. And so he's a happy guy. He is really feeling wonderful about the fact that he is with the children, and it doesn't bother him that he is exhausted. He is either in that new parent phase or whatever you want to call it, but he's just happy. And it doesn't bother him so much that he's going on fumes, basically. Oh dear, we have had someone have a blow of a raspberry. We love that. So they're learning new milestones left and right, and I love that they're doing that. I do find that the infants, because they are all together in this room, they do learn their milestones a little bit quickly, because they're it's almost like they're babbling or communicating with one another, which is fantastic. So they're learning their milestones really, really fast. So I think that is amazing. He's having an errant thought. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so his errant thought is that he wants to move. I'm so sorry for your luck there, Mitchell, but we won't be moving. This is the Legacy Challenge, and we have to remain on this lot. So you're going to be staying right where we are. Yeah, I'm super sorry about that. But for whatever reason, he's feeling like he wants to move. But we're not moving. This is the lot that we'll be remaining on. So he'll have to get over that errant thought. But as you can see, Haleigh is up. She is just getting herself something to eat. She desperately is in need of sleep still. She did not get enough rest, but she got up because she has to go to work soon. So I thought she had to go to work soon anyway, but maybe she doesn't have to go to work. Maybe I'm dreaming the whole thing. But anyway, we're going to have her go ahead and she is going to help with the infants. She's going to head on up and help with Tessia. And then I'm just going to throw away all of these dishes. We have a Babble milestone. Okay, we love that. Good job, Julian. We love it. And she's cheering him on. She's like, yay, Julian. Good job. We love that she's so happy for Julian. And I am thinking that's great. So we love that he has started babbling, and she is so proud of the milestones that her little infants are reaching, and she couldn't be prouder of them. She is taking Tessia downstairs. Why are you taking Tessia downstairs? I don't understand. Are you going to give her a bath? Maybe she's going to give her a bath. She probably does need a bath now that I'm thinking about it, because she probably had herself a little bit of a blowout. So we're just going to have her go ahead and get her cleaned up here. So we're just going to go ahead and clean up Tessia here. As you can see, Mitchell is just taking care of some of his needs. I am going to get him to come in here and grab himself something to eat because he is really, really hungry. So we're going to have him have a little bit of food here, and then he can make himself maybe one of these protein shakes and he can carry that around with him so that if he gets hungry again, he has one on him and he can just like drink it really fast as kind of like a pick-me-up. And it looks like our washer machine has busted, so we're going to have to get that repaired. And Tessia had her first bubble bath. Yay for Tessia. We love that. And are you actually going to go in here and put her down in the floor? She's like, yeah, I am actually going to do that. Great. Okay, well, that wasn't really what I had planned for you to do, but that's fine. She's like, and not only am I going to put her in the floor, I'm going to leave her there. Right here in the middle of the bloody laundry room floor. Okay, well, that's not good. That's not good at all. So he's gone ahead and made himself a little bit of a shake here, which is fantastic. And he is heading himself off to bed. Mitchell is like, I am shattered. Okay, it's really great that you're finally shattered, because honestly, I was wondering when you were like actually going to start feeling like you needed some rest. And he seems to have finally met that moment. So we are going to just go ahead and let Haleigh deal with the children. She's going to get Tessia here and take her back upstairs where she belongs, because she definitely doesn't belong down here on the laundry room floor. And we are going to then have to deal with some of Haleigh's needs. She is in desperate need of the bathtub, and she's in desperate need of some sleep herself. This family is really, really struggling, and it is pretty chaotic. The garden, though, is looking fantastic, if I do say so myself. So we're just going to go ahead and put her in the crib here, and then we're going to let her go downstairs and get herself a bath and then go to bed. So Haleigh's off to go to the bathtub, and then she's going to go to bed. And all of the infants are down for the night, which is fantastic. It is literally 2 o'clock in the morning, so it has been a very long day. She's like, oh gosh, the chaos. Yeah, it is absolutely chaotic. Like, why are they awake at 2 a.m.? No one knows, but they are. And why are you only taking a nap and not actually going to sleep? No one knows that either. Go to sleep. Don't take a nap. Actually sleep. That's probably why you aren't getting good rest, because you're not sleeping. And I will check back with you guys in the morning when they wake. It is the next morning. It is about 3, almost 4 o'clock in the morning. And little Adriel has woken up, and he is just kind of running around the house. But now, as you can see, Mitchell is up. He is feeling really angry this morning. He is up. He's going to come in here and he's going to go ahead and he's going to fix a little bit of breakfast so that the family will have some breakfast to eat. But he's feeling angry. He's feeling angry because, as we know, Mitchell is a lazy sim. And he's used to kind of being able to lounge around and be a little bit lazy. And lately he's not been able to do that. He's not been able to lounge around. He's not been able to kind of doze off, have his little cat naps, and, you know, just kind of, well, be lazy. He's had to bust his ass. He is getting up every day and taking care of infants. He's having to paint. He's having to garden. He's having to cook. He's having to clean. He's having to work his butt off. And it is constant from the time he gets up to the time he goes to bed. And sometimes it's like from 3 a.m. to, I don't know, it's like the craziest hours ever because it's infants and there's 4 of them, not 1 that's keeping them up all hours of the night, 4. And he is just like, oh my gosh. So he's feeling like he just really can't catch a break. He's needing that time to himself. He's needing that time to be lazy, to be loungeable, to be whatever the case is, whatever you want to call it. And he's not getting that time. And so he's woken up angry. And of course, that's rubbed off a little bit on Haleigh because she's woken up angry as well. And she's angry because her anger is from a completely different reason. She woke up angry because she saw a wrinkle on her face. And she's just like, oh my gosh, how could I even have wrinkles? And so she's upset that she has wrinkles and that she's getting older. Oh my goodness, you know, really. But it is what it is. I mean, this is what happens as you get older. But as you can see, as soon as he gets up here with the children and he starts loving on them and he starts being around them, he instantly switched from his angry mood to his happy mood because they fulfill him. They make him happy. And even though he can't stand the fact that he can't be lazy and he can't stand the fact that he can't lounge around all day long, he loves nothing more than these children. And this is what he wanted for his life. And this is what he asked for. And he really does feel blessed. He really does feel like this is what he was meant to be, was a father. And even though he has tension about the fact that he can't be lazy, this is what he wanted. And he's grateful for it and he's thankful for it. And he's like, this is what I asked for. This is everything that I ever wanted. And so he's happy. And so he instantly switches from an angry mood to a happy mood because he's like, this is what I want. Like, this is everything to me. This is my whole life. These children are my everything. And so he's now not in that angry mood that he was in before. It's completely gone now, just from spending a few minutes with these children. And of course, you know, she's still angry about her wrinkles, but you know, that is what it is. There's nothing we can do about time, you know, causing wrinkles on your face. But I mean, it is what it is. She is desperate for fun. I am going to have to get her doing something fun with her time, because she is desperate for fun, but she does have to, you know, I think she does have to go to work soon, but she's heading outside to go garden because she's hoping that's going to be a little bit fun for her. I don't know that it necessarily will be. As we know, she's not necessarily into gardening. She doesn't actually even like to garden. So I don't know why she thinks that's going to be fun for her. But she's trying anything at this point to get some fun up, even if that means watering some plants. Like, she's desperate for it. So she's like, I'll do anything. I'll try anything to get a little bit of fun in my life, even if it means going outside and watering some plants. And so she's like, I'm willing to try anything. Mitchell, meanwhile, is in here doing a little bit of laundry, and he's like, I'm just going to be domestic. You know, I may not be able to lounge around. I may not be able to be lazy because there are things that have to be done around the house, but that just is what it is. And he's just happily going through his house, doing what needs to be done because, you know, chores have to be done. Diapers have to be washed. Clothes have to be done. And so he's like, this just is what it is. And she is, as you can see, feeling a little bit energized now. And she is spending a little bit of time with her babies before she has to head off today. And she is thinking to herself, you know, we are actually pretty lucky. We are actually really blessed. I mean, we had 4 healthy children. I mean, what are the odds of that happening? And, you know, we're a lucky family. And so she's feeling really good about her life. She's feeling like she's in a really good place. They really don't have anything they can complain about. And she's like, we are really, really lucky. She's doing a little bit of tummy time with Everett. He's not happy about it, okay? He is like, I do not want to be on my tummy. Why do you have me doing this? This is ridiculous. This is for the birds. I don't want to be doing this at all. Meanwhile, Adriel has reached movement level 4 down at daycare today, which is fantastic. And Mitchell's like, what am I supposed to be doing? So I'm going to have him come out and he's going to harvest some things. We're going to get him harvesting things in the garden and just doing some watering because our garden is in need of a little bit of help. And Everett learned how to lift his head. Okay, Everett, you go. We love that for him. So I am just so thrilled that Everett is learning some milestones. I wanted them to learn a little bit of their milestones because they're learning how to babble and to coo and to, you know, blow raspberries and those kind of things. But I do want them to learn how to lift their head and like roll over and those kind of things because I think they're very important milestones for the quads to learn. So I do want them to learn those things. So I am trying to get them to have a little bit more tummy time with them and practice those things. So you will see that we are going to be doing a little bit of practicing tummy time and those kind of things so that they can hopefully meet those milestones. Daniel McKinney is calling us. Why does he always do that? I don't know, but he is. We're not going anywhere with you, Daniel. You were a ghost, and it's just awkward. I'm sorry. So we are feeding Tessia, and we are just obviously giving her a little bit of the things that she needs, which is fantastic. And we are also going to need to feed the others. So it does look like that Haleigh needs to feed herself, if we're being completely honest. So there's that. But yeah. She's like, I'm just going to go through the line here, feed everybody. She's such a good mom. So we love that. She's in here just taking care of them while he's out there doing the gardening. So they've kind of switched up a little bit, and she's kind of in here taking care of the infants, spending a little bit of quality time with them, which is fantastic. She doesn't get a lot of time with them, so any little bit of time that she does get, she really does value, and I think that is amazing when she does get to spend some time with them. And obviously, you know, he absolutely loves gardening, so anytime he can get out there and spend some time tilling the earth, he loves that. So it makes him super happy, and we want him to be happy and to do some things that he really loves as well. Does he love his children? Yes. But I think he needs to do some hobbies that he loves, aside from, you know, just spending all of his life completely devoted to the children. So I think it's great that they are, you know, spending some quality time doing their hobbies and things like that. She's spending quality time with them, bonding over them, and he is spending quality time doing hobbies and things that he loves. So as you can see, I'm just looking at the calendar to find out when our kids age up, and it looks like we have a birthday for them coming up on Saturday. So our quads are going to be aging up on Saturday. So we love that. They're going to be becoming toddlers on Saturday. It is Tuesday now. So we'll be seeing that coming up fairly soon. So he is just harvesting away. We love that. And she is just going ahead and getting herself some food here because she's feeling pretty hungry. And truth be known, she probably really does need to get herself a little bit of rest. But she also is really desperate for fun. Like, but I don't know what to do to get her like any fun, honestly, because there's not really anything that she likes to do for fun. Sometimes I like to put her in the living room and let her watch a little bit of television, but I've noticed that doesn't really get her fun up all that well. Oh, Nathan Bloom's come over to visit again. That man just likes to come over all the time. She's like, oh my gosh, Nathan, what are you doing here? And he's like, I just came by to visit. And she's like, oh, that's all you do is come over to visit. And he's like, I know, but I figured maybe you were, needing some adult company. And she's like, oh my goodness, you have no idea. She's like, it is crazy being surrounded by so many children. And he's like, I could believe that. And she just laughs. And she's like, yeah, it's crazy. It really is. She found out he's a technophobe. Okay, well, you don't have to be on your phone when you're over here. We don't mind. We don't mind. Although I do, sometimes like to watch myself a little bit of television, she's thinking. But if he doesn't like it, then we won't do it. She's just in here cleaning the tub. I am going to make her watch a little bit of TV. Even though he's a technophobe, I want her to do something that's going to get her fun up, because she is in desperate need of fun. Desperate. Because, he's out here doing the gardening and his fun is all the way up. He is desperately going to need to use the bathroom soon, though. He's going to pee himself. And he's also going to need to go ahead and go to the washroom. And I am going to decorate some more in our home.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling, I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. Forever. Forever.
I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode of our Legacy Challenge. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.
Love